I was interested to talk to you all about the new innovation of Cancer Stories, because I believe everybody here has done a film, and the idea is it benefits you from having told your story, and obviously people watching it get a lot out of it. What did you find in your case, Elaine?
I thought it was very beneficial to myself, and listening to other people's stories as well. Although they've got different cancers,
Absolutely,
they was still going through the same symptoms as I was going through: fatigue, stress, everything. So it was very useful for me. I wish at the time that I was diagnosed with cancer, there was something there for me at that time, but there wasn't. And I'm glad now that I've done this, and somebody else is going to say do the same things.
Because it seems to fill a gap, doesn't it?
I would agree. I mean, you're given lots and lots of written material.
It's not the same.
And at first I just didn't want to read any of it at all, couldn't be bothered, and I didn't want to talk to anybody else either. Now if there'd have been something I could have looked at on my own, in my own time, I would think I would have liked that. But I really wasn't ready to talk to people like this in the setting, but viewing something is different, and there really wasn't anything there that I could relate to.
Do you think being visual makes a lot of difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. What happened with you, Carl?
Well, I feel through the whole piece, you get to a situation, all you're really doing is you're taking kindness from the nurses, the expertise from the doctors, and finally, how I sort of stumbled into this scenario is some sort of psychological help as well. So I felt I did a lot of taking, and there isn't much I can give, except perhaps this. And
that's what you do.
Yes, and as you said, not only did I sort of feel better for doing it, it made me personally feel good. I don't know why. I found it a boost, therapeutic, as though I was doing it for other people, but really, I'm not ashamed to say I got a fair amount out of it, because you can express your thoughts freely, and it's amazing when we, as you said, we've all got different, or had different cancers, but the basic ground rules and feelings and emotions and frustrations, broadly speaking, are the same.
I would agree. It made me feel great when I
and if it had been in fruition before, would you have watched it, do you think?
I suppose it all depends upon how efficient the system or things were to make me aware of it. I think, which is what needs to happen now, of course, because we've done it, but its use is limited by the amount of exposure and the amount of people who know about it. If you need to know about it fairly promptly, and although we all live in a location, there's people all over the globe or the country having exactly the same
feelings.
So that rather than all having to do what we've done, if we can sort of share our experiences, they can add to it obviously themselves, but we do need to make it so that everybody who has the misfortune to face these circumstances is aware.
I found it very helpful as well, but time and time you can go back to your own part. Over the years, as I have done, go back to your own part and listen to what you were actually saying at that time.
Yes.
And thinking, oh wow, was it that bad?
Yes. And I've come forward since then.
And I've come forward so much. I felt that
actually.
That's true. Time that I go and I look at that and think, my God, I've come so far now.
Yes, where you were.
I thought at the time I was doing it.
It gives you a buzz. It really
I thought
gives
it
you
was
a
a good point. And I really thought it was really good. But I realised that I'm at a better point now.
Yes.
And so
moving forward.
Doing that was just, it was so positive for me.
It is.
The other thing that I found really interesting, which is why Derek is here, is there is the other side of the story, which is family and friends who go through your journey with you. And I believe with Cancer Stories, they're now going to try and get how is it for a family member. And I believe in your case, Derek, you've done a film for Cancer Stories as well.
Yes, I did one about a week ago, and I was delighted to help with the project. As Janet's husband, I thought I could cope with any aspect of the care she needed at home.
Yes.
I was wrong.
No.
I did not understand what Janet was thinking about, and I made mistake after mistake after mistake.
Right.
There was nothing in literature or anything that I found to support me,
Right.
which would enable me to support Janet better.
Yes.
Something like this, with carers and family members telling their story, would have been very, very valuable.
Yes, I can see that.
Because at the time I didn't have time to understand how Derek felt. I couldn't have cared less, really.
You don't.
It's a very personal thing,
I
yeah.
couldn't care less. I was just so wound up and
Angry.
just so anxious and just so, well, you know what it's like. It's
Yes.
awful. You're just focused on appointment to appointment, treatment to treatment, and your mind can't even think about whether you want anything to eat, whether you care what you're dressed in.
Day-to-day
Yes,
living.
that's
You don't really want someone fussing around,
No,
do you?
it isn't. I mean,
No,
I was
you
once,
don't.
for instance, I was once in the supermarket, and I was in the wheelchair at the time because I was so grumpy. I was so awful.
I can imagine.
And people would come in, and this man came up to me and said, would I like to see this baby? I thought, I don't want to see the damn baby. What do I want to see a baby for? Take it away. Sort of thing, you know. And it was just, you don't want that.
No.
No.
I mean, people know that's normal.
You kind of withdraw, don't you,
Yeah,
from the little things that make us human. You
That's
just
right.
you try and live in your own little bubble, and it just becomes a void, and you're not really living then, are you?
I think the reason the stories are so good as well is because they're genuine, honest accounts.
Yes.
They're not done with hearts and flowers. It's really a very up and down journey, and it's an honest account that people want to watch, isn't it, really? The good and the bad.
Oh yeah.
And how did your story come about? You joined us, I believe, quite recently.
Yeah, last when was it? It was quite a while ago now, isn't it?
Before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, long before Christmas. I found it very easy to talk about it. It's not a problem to me to talk about it. It's getting other people to understand
Yes.
what you're going through,
What you're
and
actually
what
feeling.
you've gone through, and where you are at this stage. I've got some good friends that understand. I've also got another friend who's suffering with cancer now, and same time as me, of course. But she don't want to know anybody. She don't want no visitors. And
This can happen.
trying to get through to her how much it helps
To
to
share.
talk about it.
Talk, yes.
I mean, cancer's an horrible word.
It is.
It's a disgusting. It's a swear word to
I
me.
always think it's a death sentence.
And
Terrible.
to me, if you can't fight it, then you may as well just pack in and go away. I can fight. I'll fight anybody, and it's doing me good.
And you found telling your story made a lot of difference.
Oh yeah. I'll talk to anybody about. I see people now that I haven't seen for a long time, and they say, "Oh, sorry about you." I said, "Look, don't worry about it. I'm all right. I'm still alive. I'm kicking.
Yeah.
I feel good."
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, my energy level's very low, and one thing or another, but I can still cope.
Yes.
I can still look after myself. I can still.
I think this is something people don't even realise, is that you can actually come out of a cancer journey with some positives.
Yeah,
You can have met some amazing
reevaluate
people
things
and
sometimes, or what
reevaluate what's important,
really
what
matters too,
yeah.
i.e.
Yeah.
your friends and family.
Well,
I've
friends
also
and
had
family.
some negative ones as well.
Yeah.
There's been times when I have been very negative and I think, oh, I don't care no more. And I've sat there probably a couple of days in the chair and I'm thinking, oh, what is the point? And not so recently, but way past. What's the
I'm
point?
76 years old.
Now, different.
Yeah.
Trombones.
I'm 76 years old, and what
How
about
old are you?
76?
No dementia then, is it?
And about a month ago, a friend of mine come. He wanted his bathroom refurbished, and I said, "Oh, it's too much for me. I can't do it." And he says, "Look, I want you to do it. No matter how long it takes, we'll do it." And I went and did it.
Wow.
It took me a week and a half to refurbish this bathroom.
But it gave you
and booking.
I cannot stop doing things.
No, I think that's the secret, don't you?
I've got-
It's the doing.
I'm
Yeah.
booking you, Brian. I'm booking you.
I've got I'm looking at these logs here, and I've got about 8 ton of logs at home, and I've had to buy this machine for splitting them,
Yes.
and it's a pump,
Yeah.
right? It's got a 10 ton pressure, and it splits them like just like that. But I call that my gym. I go on,
Absolutely brilliant.
I can go in my shed for half an hour, split a few logs, sit down, have a breather, have a drink, get up, do a few more. And this is my gym, and this is the way I look at life. Carry on, get it done.
There's always something you can do, and I think these are what the stories will tell people who are watching. Maybe they've just started their journey and they're really in the black place.
Yeah, it's a difficult place.
And you know, you finish your treatment that is clinical. It's the emotional side, isn't it?
Yes.
And that doesn't seem to be.
It's that
Yeah.
great drop from having every week I've got to go here or every
And then
day
all of a
I've got
sudden,
blood test,
nothing.
and then nothing, and then I drop like a stone.
Yeah.
If you've had a working life and
This emotion comes-
reacting with workmates, you don't appreciate them or that at the time, but it is amazing when it's denied to you. Just that is
Well, I went back
and
to
isolating.
work, and it was so dreadful because we were going through a big change. I had 2 days there, I went into a complete and utter depression, and that's when I really could have done with something to
Look at and
watch and
yes.
think, but this is not, I thought it was going
Not going to
mad.
last. I think that's what comes across in the films. Even the blackest of places, and we've had some amazing people telling their stories.
Yeah.
You will come out of it.
Yes.
There will
You do.
be
Yeah.
a
You do.
light. You know,
You
like
do.
you said, you've
Yeah,
had
there
days
is.
where.
Yeah.
But look at you now. You know that you do go forward.
You do.
Of course you do.
And you find, although we've talked about this fatigue being all pervading at times, you do find energy to do things you want.
Yes.
You like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I wouldn't look at you and think you can split logs on that machine.
Oh yeah, I know.
No.
But you
There's
do,
no stopping you, is there, Brian?
don't you find?
The logs
A bit
come from
worried
her
about
father's house.
deforestation now.
But this emotion comes in pretty hard to the carer because
Yes.
you know we cannot understand it, and I think carers have got to be prepared for some pretty hurtful things to be said.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You always
They're
take it out
delivered-
in your nearest and
The one-
dearest.
yeah.
don't you?
You do.
Always.
Yeah.
You know,
Cliche and
they're
song
delivered personal,
verse,
they're
isn't
not
it?
personal.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's
No.
difficult to get your head around that when you're trying to do your best to look after someone.
But they don't really want to be
They
looked
don't want
after.
to.
They want to carry on with their life.
Yeah, the word fussing was used, and I think
I
that's
can
exactly
understand.
what I was doing,
Yes.
and it's absolutely the wrong thing.
Yes. Well, if someone can learn.
It's always be protected constantly.
Yeah.
Well, see, your
Do you
husband.
want this? Do you want that?
Yes, you don't want
really
it.
drive me nuts, and I'd say, and I'd probably swear at him tonight.
Yeah.
You know, go away, leave me
Yeah.
alone.
I would say, what do you want
But
for
you
dinner
didn't-
tonight?
They don't understand.
Yeah, and that
They
could
don't
be
know
provocative
what
at the wrong
you're
time, yeah.
actually doing,
How do I know was the response?
Yeah.
You know, just get me something.
Yeah.
And, you know, carers have got to be prepared for this. And there's nobody, or has been nobody, to tell you this. You know, this is
No,
where
because
this-
they do their best, and all they get
Yeah.
is brickbats and insults, and they think,
There
you know,
there definitely isn't anything.
they know it's not the real person doing
No,
it.
it's
But
not.
you need to remind yourself just occasionally, I guess.
Yes, you do. Mm.
So, do you think that this should be made available and people should know about it right from quite early on in their
I
journeys?
do. I think
Yes, not forced upon them, but made aware.
Aware,
Such
there it is.
an effort has been made by so many people, and it would be a crime for it not to reach a wide an audience as possible. I
Yeah.
would think.
It's an information gap, isn't it?
Yes.
We're talking about
A visual information gap.
information on every level, and if people access, you know, we're accessing YouTube and Facebook and Twitter,
Yes.
and
It's the world.
people put their photographs up immediately,
Yes,
don't they? I mean,
Yeah.
especially youth.
yes.
Well, perhaps don't
Yeah.
put so many up, but people still in touch with parents, grandchildren, siblings all across the world via visual, via the internet, and it is the way to go. I think so.
It is, yeah.
I think our medical teams, our nursing teams, ought to be aware that this resource is out there,
There.
and it
yeah.
ought to be used
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and developed.
Yes.
like this in some sort of communication, which we're attempting to do now. Because if you just tell people you meet, you think, is that all I'm about? Just, I did this, and you have a look at,
exactly.
You feel a bit pompous, and So I mean, there is. I have mentioned to a couple of friends. Only last week, one guy, I remember telling him, and he said he'd got somebody in similar circumstances, and I'd forgotten all about that. And then he said, by the way, he did find it helpful, and that gave me quite a lift. But you can't go around and think, right, I'll talk to everybody I ever meet in the pub or anywhere else, and this is the only subject I've got to deliberate on. You know, it's a crusade. It isn't. We just want to make an effort, but then for as many people to benefit from it as possible, with other people sort of giving the publicity, i.e. press, radio, television, call it whatever.
I remembered you've all met Alfie Bangs, who's a member who's done a story. I always remember him saying to me, he was walking along in the hospital and a very dishy girl came rushing towards him and gave him a hug, and he thought, Christmas all has happened at once. And she said, your name's Alfie, isn't it? And he said, yeah. I've watched your film. It made all the difference to me because I was halfway through my journey and I watched you. And just that one thing made him realise how important this whole Cancer Stories is, how it can affect somebody. It really can.
I think one thing is that, just picking up the point you've just made, Carl, I don't want to be seen as the professional cancer patient.
No.
I don't want, as you said, I don't want to go to something and say, I'm a cancer survivor. Just doesn't sit very easily with me.
No.
I just want to live my life, but if my video can help something, that's great. So
yes, I understand.
I personally, I have promoted it a little bit, but I'm just a little bit standing back from that.
The thing is, we know what it's like because we've been there.
Yeah.
And you've got to try and emphasise to other people that it's safe. You can do it. You can get through it.
Yeah.
I've had 2 cancers and blood clots on my lungs and everything. You mention it, I've had it. And now I'm on 3 months grace. They'll give you another 3 months before they have a look at me again, and this is how I am now. And I feel great.
But you're living each day. That's why you've got. It's the mental attitude, isn't it?
I've got my mobility scooter now. I can get about. I can go anywhere I want.
That's brilliant.
And, it's great.
Makes life worth living, doesn't it?
Well, I stopped driving a couple of years ago because of, this, that and other. Plus the expense of driving. It's not cheap. But now I've got my scooter, I feel like
tearing around the place.
It goes a bit. I go from my house to Beaumont Leys.
Do you terrify people?
To Speedway, it's 8 miles an hour.
Do you terrify people?
Neighbours have to look out.
I go to Speedway on a Saturday night and Monday night, whatever day it's on, and this and other. And I went to...
the alarm scooters on the Speedway.
What's the track record?
I've been a supporter of Speedway for 70 years.
Wow.
I even tried it myself.
Really?
Before I went to army, and that stopped me doing it.
Brian, are you from Sheppard?
I am a Speedway fanatic.
I found it really interesting talking to the various story members here. How do you see Cancer Stories progressing now? Where would you like to see it going? Do you think it's something that we can, by promotion, get out there to everybody?
It does need promoting. It needs to be pushed further. Yes, it does.
I think we need a promotional campaign, and we need exposure on...
It's exposure that you need, isn't it?
Either on a mainstream TV channel or via the internet, and it goes viral.
That would be a very good way, wouldn't
it? From the ground up.
Yes, because everything there is visual, and if you can get people interested.
But it's going to help a lot of people if they do that.
And we've got a certain momentum now, haven't we?
Yes.
And we can't just have a sort of hiatus and let it drop and have bang the drum again in 6 months. It's got to
keep going,
or it will lose momentum, and it will be all Alex's efforts, your efforts, and everyone's efforts will not be in vain, but won't have the impact that they could have.
It's impact, and it's. I think we have to. Well, I would say this, wouldn't I? But I think we have to engage at an academic level to get some research funding behind it, and then we'll have impact at a senior academic level and taking Alex's work further.
Yeah.
But there's two strands. There's the populist view, and then there's the recognition.
Yes, I understand both sides, and both are important.
Yeah, and then interest recognition as well.
Well, I think what we've done and achieved is going to help a lot of people in the near future.
I'm sure.
So they're going to, they're not going to be on their own. They're going to be seeing this.
The more, the better. And this is what
and I think to reassure people, as we've been saying, all this, it's great to talk about yourself and tell your story.
Yeah.
Because
most people like talking about themselves. If we're honest, they
do. And you can sit in front of the camera and you can say what you like.
Yes. Be honest.
Be honest, and it's a great. We've said it, and people don't really get scared.
No, and I believe with the cancer stories, it also has been subdivided into themes. Yes. So that if somebody doesn't want to sit and watch an entire film, you can pick topics and just see 5 minutes, which is an amazing way of doing it.
Yeah, you can have 5
like
minutes.
I said before, it's not just one particular cancer, it's all different cancers.
Absolutely.
So everybody, say they've got a certain cancer, whatever, lung cancer, they can go on to another part and see the other person and what they're actually going through is exactly what they're going through.
That's right.
Yes. It's across the board.
It is across the board.
Big help. And as I say, it doesn't matter. All generations over the board, it's going to help them.
I think that's a very valid point, because all the information around at the moment is targeted.
It is
to
a particular cancer, and this is general to the condition.
And
I think that's a superb point.
We could film this
because you can just chuck it. It means nothing. Absolutely
I agree.
But when you've got it there in front of you,
you remember it more as well.
You do. It stays with you.
And you don't have to watch a whole hour or half an
hour.
No, that's the thing. You can go in 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and if that's enough for you in one go, that's it.
The thing is, when you're watching it and you get further along, and that person is saying like, well, how they're feeling actually now and what they're achieving and that. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's just like you fixate it. I need to know what's happened.
I need to know what's happened. Yes. You're interested in them as a human being.
Which I think makes you a bit more of a compassionate human being, in all other aspects of your life as well.
Comes out of cancer, it makes you feel perhaps more empathy towards the world.
So if you're not touched by it, or your loved ones aren't, it's something that happens to other people, and that's a cliche, but it's true.
Well, like I say, it's going to help that many different age groups, and different cancers. It's along the board. It's going to be tremendous, and it's going to go a long way.
It is.
Well, thank you very much, all of you, for giving your opinions. I'm sure that Cancer Stories is going to really go somewhere, and
we all
with
hope
your
so.
support,
we all hope so.
And with us doing more films all the time, I see it could go
anywhere.
Anyway,
a big thing.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.